Everyone, I'm Brandy Cummings in for Deirdre Fitzpatrick.
And I'm Teo Torres. A lot to choose from this weekend, and the weather is going to be perfect. Let's go to meteorologist Tamara Berg with a sneak peek. Good morning.
Yeah, you know, beautiful start to finish here as we go through the weekend. Your Friday forecast will include a little bit of a hazy start. Live look right now as we take a tour of Rancho Cordova. Good morning, Sacramento County. You're getting the day started in the mid-50s at 55. Sun is not up yet at 6:53. That's the cue for the sun to rise, and it is going to be filled again with our afternoon, some hazy skies out there. As we go to the 10 o'clock point of the morning, we're still looking at a comfortable morning in those lower 60s. We'll hit the mid 70s by noontime with daytime highs getting into the lower to mid 80s. So yeah, there's still a little bit of a layer of wildfire smoke. Again, some of the smoke coming down from a wildfire that's burning up to the northern half of the state, and some smoke also drifting in from fires burning in Oregon. You'll notice though that the landscape in terms of air quality looking much better out there compared to really just even 24 hours ago. There's just a little thin layer and some pockets there around Stockton where the air quality is unhealthy for sensitive groups. You're getting the day started at 56 over Modesto, 55 in Placerville, down to 54 this morning in Auburn, and 56 is where we're starting the morning in Yuba City. Today's foothill forecast will include plenty of sunshine. We'll make it into the low 60s around 9 a.m., low 70s in the noontime forecast, and mid 70s expected in spots like Sonora, Jamestown community, and up in through even Grass Valley and into Auburn. Coming up in my full forecast, I'll show you what's ahead as you make those plans into the weekend. It is 6:02 right now. Brian, if you're planning to travel the roadways, what do they look like?
If you're heading out on Interstate 80, coming through Enterprise Boulevard, heading out through West Sacramento, you can see traffic there moving along, starting to pick up, but still pretty light for a Friday, and really no issues to report on that stretch. Highway 50 all the way across through the WX, and then coming in westbound Interstate 80, a couple of pockets of just a little bit of slowing right at the merger, but beyond that, no issues on that morning ride. 5 and 99 looking good coming up out of Elk Grove. Again, across the causeway out through Davis, no problem there. Stockton's been quiet all morning long. 5 and 99 westbound 4, no issues there. If you're heading toward the Bay Area on Interstate 80, expect a 14-minute ride between Vacaville and Fairfield. 205 is a 15-minute ride across the top of the Tracy Triangle, westbound 580 over the Altamont Pass. 25 minutes there. And here in Sacramento, 10 minutes on Highway 50 from Rancho Cordova to 99. Interstate 80 Roseville to the split, 9 minutes, and an 11-minute ride on 5 and 99 from Elk Grove into downtown. Back to you.
Brian, thanks so much. New this morning, the Highway Patrol is investigating a head-on crash that sent at least 2 people to the hospital with some major injuries. Happened around 2:30 this morning on Highway 50 at the 5th Street off-ramp. Eastbound lanes were shut down for about an hour. They reopened just before 4 this morning. Students returned to a charter school in Stockton after the arrest of a school employee who worked with many of them and is now accused of sex crimes against minors. Investigators say they're already finding more possible victims. Eric Whiteside worked at Able Charter School in Stockton. The superintendent confirming to KCRA 3 that he coached junior high and high school age students and was part of the campus security. San Joaquin County Sheriff's Department releasing this video of Whiteside's arrest. They say a parent contacted them last week after finding some alarming cell phone messages between Whiteside and a student. They say further investigation found additional victims. The school has now fired Whiteside. A hotline has been set up for families to talk about this. Whiteside is due back in court on Tuesday.
Well, everything will be back to normal in Sacramento's Tahoe Park neighborhood today after a bomb scare had people on edge for a few hours. It happened when a suspicious item was found at a bus stop near Stockton Boulevard and 14th Avenue yesterday afternoon. Live Copter 3 captured these exclusive images from above the bus stop. Police robot could be seen getting closer and closer to that mystery item. Sacramento police called in their explosive ordnance disposal unit after responding officers said the object did in fact seem suspicious. A business owner who saw everything unfold says the whole situation was pretty tense.
I was thinking if it explodes, I'm pretty close. I might get hit with shrapnel, and it was real.
Well, investigators were eventually able to get close to the item and put pieces of it into an evidence bag. It did not end up being an explosive.
Well, today, tens of thousands of people will flock to downtown Sacramento and fill the Capitol Mall for the 10th anniversary of the Farm to Fork Festival.
Now, Sacramento's pride in showing off the region's locally grown food destinations, well, it's just grown bigger every single year. Melanie Wingo with a look at all the fun things happening today and into tomorrow. Good morning.
Good morning, and we are now inside the gates where Farm to Fork will happen. Take a look around. This is where As you heard, tens of thousands of people will gather later today. All of this will be packed for the street festival portion of the Farm to Fork Festival. This whole section celebrating Sacramento being the self-proclaimed Farm to Fork capital of the world. Now, in keeping with the tradition of this event, this is a free to attend event here on Capitol Mall featuring food and beverage booths, vendors and demonstrations. That doesn't change this year. It's all going to showcase the best of Sacramento's food and drink culture. Crowds will also hear a full lineup of live music performances each day. So before you go, here's what you need to know about the event. It runs today and tomorrow. The hours are 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. today. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. And you'll find the festivities right here on Capitol Mall between 3rd and 7th Streets. Admission is free, as you heard. This year, there will also be a couple of ticketed events. The first one is tonight from 6 to 9. It's called the Grand Tasting 10 Years of Farm to Fork. It promises to be an epic food experience. Ticket prices on that one are $125 a pop. The other special ticketed experience is tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. It's called the Farm to Fire to Fork. It's billed as an unforgettable evening with Chef Tyler Florence. Tickets for those special events, $150 each. You can find more information on those ticketed events and also the event itself at farmtofork.com. And back out here live, what's really special about this year's Farm to Fork event is this is the 10-year anniversary of Farm to Fork. So a lot of people out here celebrating not only the Farm to Fork culture here in Sacramento, but also the event's 10th year in existence. Reporting live on Capitol Mall, Melanie Wingo, KCRA 3 News.
All right, Melanie, thank you. So here is the music lineup for the festival tonight. It headliner Cannons, an electric pop band out of LA that has several big alternative music hits and songs featured on the shows Every American Horror Story and Never Have I Ever. Also performing, public defender turned jazz singer Daniel Ponder and guitarist Eric Gales. Tomorrow's headliner, folk and blues rock group Ben Harper and the Innocent Criminals. Harper's a 3-time Grammy winner and 7-time nominee. Before him, it is Michael Franti, a spearhead. Franti is an Oakland native activist, filmmaker, and hotel owner who's had several #1 hits, adult contemporary hits, including Say Hey I Love You. And another singer performing is Cautious Clay, an indie R&B hip-hop star from Brooklyn. By the way, there will be road closures for all of this, so let's bring in Brian Hickey.
Man, what a lineup for those concerts.
Right?
Some of those closures started Wednesday and others will begin tonight along the Capitol Mall area. Capitol Mall from 3rd to 8th Streets and 5th Street from N to L Streets are already closed. Tonight at 6, 7th Street from N to L Streets will be closed then. There's also a concert at the Golden One Center tomorrow, which will add to the traffic issues, so you are encouraged to take public transportation into the downtown area. You can ride Sacramento Regional Transit buses and light rail trains for free with a flyer this afternoon and most of tomorrow. Back to you.
All right, Brian, thank you.
Well, speaking of traffic, if you're planning to drive on Highway 50 between Sacramento and Rancho Cordova this weekend, prepare for some heavy traffic because of the Capitol Air Show being back at May 3rd.
Many people have already been getting a glimpse of it as the planes fly in and out doing those test runs. Mike DeSell joins us live on the tarmac with what else we can expect. Mike?
Yeah, the drive-in might be a little bit slow once we get to all those cars coming in. One thing that won't be slow when they hit the air is that right there behind us. Those are the Thunderbirds, and they drive like Brian Hickey. They can get up to about 700 miles an hour. But that's not the only thing out here. Take a look. This is a little bit of a preview of what you can expect if you come out here to the air show this weekend. We were out here yesterday. This is kind of a preview of the different aircraft that'll be out here, from the vintage all the way to the latest the military has to offer with the Thunderbirds. And Darcy Brewer, you've been doing this for 15 years now, and this is a significant year because it's the first time you're back to full everything since the pandemic, right?
Full capacity, back to our normal guest capacity. The ramp is going to be probably fuller than ever, and we're really excited. It looks really good right now with a little bit of fog going on, and we can't wait to get these gates open tomorrow.
And kind of what's the theme, or what is it, you're kind of focusing on this year as kind of the thing to learn about?
Well, our museum this year, we always have a pop-up museum that honors a significant moment in time, and it's a Cold War Legacy Museum, Learning Center. And We're going to talk about Mather Airport's service to this region and to its nation during the Cold War times, and when we closed in 1993 and what was flying here. And it's going to be really cool. Reenactors and vehicles and airplanes and a lot of stuff to learn about those who served here.
And unlike the cold in Cold War, unlike that 2005 when they first started the air show out here when it was a little bit rainy and cloudy, it's going to be a nice weekend.
Well, gosh, it's chilly right now, but I can tell you that means I think this whole weekend is going to be perfect weather to come to an air show.
Yep. And so if you want to, though, keep in mind you got to do one thing right now if you're interested, and that is go online to buy your tickets. Tickets are online only, but Darcy told me they're selling out fast, and they will sell out. So if you want to make sure you get your tickets, go to the Capitol Air Show's website right now, California Capitol Air Show. Buy those tickets. With Darcy Brewer live at Mather, Mike DeSalle, KCRA 3 News.
All right, thank you, Mike. It is so much fun. Well, today, the White House will officially notify government agencies to prepare for a shutdown.
After a week of quarreling over funding and policy priorities, there is still no movement in Congress to keep the government open past the end of the month. Mike Cherry joining us now in studio with what lawmakers are doing now to avoid a shutdown.
Negotiators will get back to work today as lawmakers remain on standby through the weekend in case of a vote on a short-term budget extension or year-long spending bills. Now, House lawmakers have been sent home, told that they will be given ample notice ahead of any vote this weekend. Some are choosing to stay behind. House leaders will regroup today, waiting as the House Rules Committee considers several appropriations bills that need approval before reaching the floor. Hardline Republicans threw up more roadblocks Thursday, objecting over funding and policies in the year-long defense budget bill.
I don't understand why anybody votes against bringing the idea and having the debate. And then you got all the amendments if you don't like the bill. This is a whole new concept of individuals that just want to burn the whole place down.
The Senate is moving forward with a bill funding the FAA, which runs out of money this month. Conservatives are blocking a bill funding multiple government agencies. Brandy?
So, yeah, Mike, we mentioned earlier that the federal agencies have been warned to prepare for a shutdown. Well, what could that mean for just everyday folks?
Yeah, so things like Social Security and Medicare will be paid, and you'll still be getting your mail. Emergency funding, though, will help WIC, SNAP, and child nutrition benefits stay afloat, although new implications and claims to these programs will not be processed. Other services like grant and loan programs through the Department of Education and the Business Administration may stop. Hundreds of thousands of federal employees will be furloughed and sent home without pay. Now, those who still have to work without pay, like the military, will be getting their checks once Congress reaches an agreement. Back to you.
All right, Mike, thank you.